If you haven't already, subscribe on iTunes. And while you're there, please leave us a rating and review.
Or lease in the morning.
Hello and welcome to Paratalk with the East Tennessee Ghost Seekers. Paratalk podcast contains explicit language, scary content, and adult humor. Parental discretion is advised.
It's time for Paratalk, a wide-ranging discussion covering hauntings, paranormal encounters, UFOs, cryptids, and true crime. With your host, Stephen Brown, and your East Tennessee Ghost Seekers, Steve Wiseman, Andrea Brown, Elsie Adams, Jesse Arms, Amy Sharp, Justin Howard, and me, Mike Howard. To join in the discussion, email etgsparatalk@gmail.com. And now, it's time for Paratalk.
All right, guys. It's Friday, March 12th.
Yes.
One day short of Friday the 13th.
1 day short. We'll get a Saturday the 13th.
Ooh, that's spooky.
That's spooky. Speaking of spooky, this paranormal hangover that I'm on right now,
Right?
We all are on.
pretty fucking spooky.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. So, this week, we are discussing Waverly Hills, a recap of our investigation Tuesday night at Waverly Hills. So, before we get into that, how about we do some damn intros?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Stephen of Paratalk, and welcome to my semi-circle table. Joining me this week, to my right, the Duke of Hell, who we also call Zach T-Baggins. Welcome, Mr. Steve Wiseman.
Did you hear that shit?
What?
That demon said my name.
No, dude, it said asshole.
Oh,
All right.
that is his name.
You're right. To my left, my sweet little wife, who is also suffering from this paranormal hangover, Miss Andrea Brown.
Oh, I gotta correct you there. It's Miss F-Bomb Andrea Brown.
You're exactly right.
Yeah, say the F-bomb once. Come on. Okay, maybe twice.
Actually, you said it a couple times. Just saying. Just saying.
Yes. And to Andrea's right, her left, her other right, our oracle, Miss Amy Sharp. Welcome.
We don't even know what world we're in.
No,
Come on
we
now.
don't. No, I get a pass on that, I hope. And to Amy's left, our mountain man, the creator of Andrea's F-bomb, Mr. Elsie Adams.
Hello.
What's happening, buddy?
Good to be here, guys.
Dude, glad to have you here. Guys, hang on. This is going to be a good one. Had to give you another one there. I love that.
I love those drums.
Love
yeah.
the drums. So let's Elsie, pull that mic over in front of you. So you managed to do something that we've all been trying to do for comic relief, not just because she's pissed off. And that's get Andrea to drop an F-bomb.
That was pure luck.
That was, dude, it was beautiful.
That was pure hilarity.
I was just standing next to the door.
Yes.
And she come in.
Yes.
And it happened.
It happened, and it was perfect.
It was one of those, like I knew you were there, so it wasn't like a, oh my gosh, it was more like a, F you.
Yeah, so we were down on the first floor, and we had gone back to the morgue and back around where they do the haunted house. And we're coming back, and we're looking in the rooms that they have decorated for Halloween. And Andrea goes to walk into one of the rooms. Unbeknownst to her, Elsie was already in there. And she walks in, and Elsie's there to her left, behind the wall. She walks in.
And he didn't even like.
I don't have it here. But
it's not like he didn't even like jump out and scare. He just kind of like walked out, like, ta-da.
And
how you doing?
Yeah. And it was just.
And she jumped and said, fuck you. Oh, it was so funny. It was so funny.
Not even a WTF.
No, just fuck you. And the best, or not the best part, the worst part of it all, the guy who wants to hear it said all the time, our buddy Mike Howard, he was up the hall and missed it.
Yeah.
He missed it. And so we had to tell him about it. And he got a great laugh out of it anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, we laughed for at least 5 minutes.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I remember Steve going, I'm about to pee my pants. I'm about to pee.
I was even laughing after it. So
It was hilarious. It was so much fun. And speaking of fun, you guys be watching the Facebook page probably tomorrow. And there's going to be a short clip that we're going to post on our Facebook page. A little bit of comic relief that we had that evening. And I'm just going to say, even though I created this thing, it looks awesome.
It's funny as hell.
It looks awesome. I mean, it looks like probably one of your favorite TV shows.
quite possibly.
Yeah.
Quite possibly looks like one of your favorite TV shows.
Or the show you love to hate.
Or the show. There you go, Amy. The show you love to hate. All right. Real quick.
Golden Girls?
Yes.
How did you know? You don't like Golden Girls?
I can't stand Golden Girls. I'm sorry, guys. I hate that show.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Wait, never mind. There's a lot.
There's a lot.
Do you, how
Yeah.
much
Need a therapy
we only
session.
have 2 hours.
Yeah, there's a lot.
We're not doing a therapy session tonight.
But I just wanted to say we officially
Yes.
added a new member to the ETGS family.
We did, yes.
She's had her trial run.
She's had her trial run, and let me just say, I've gone through many hours of video in the last 2 days, and she did an amazing job. She did.
Yeah.
She did an amazing job. We added Alora, Amy's daughter, to the ETGS family. as one of
Investigator
our
in training.
So, congratulations, Alora.
She cracked me up though, because we gave her the official phone call.
She's like,
The day she's like, "Thanks,
okay.
but I'm working all the time." We're like, we do too. So we understand that you can't
be at
there
our
all
beck
the
and call,
time.
yeah.
But she was just like, I know that's so Laura. She's just kind of like,
she was really excited though.
yeah,
You could tell by the end of the conversation she was super excited.
yeah.
Like she told her dad, she was like, "Hey, guess what?
Well, that's awesome. So,
And now Audrey's talking about wanting to come with us on occasion.
Really?
Yeah, she's wanting to check it out because she's like, if you need a skeptic, I'm your girl.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
She's gonna come.
I want to talk to you two guys. It was your first time at Waverly.
It's not mine.
That's what they all say, Elsie.
Their cherries were popped.
Their cherries were popped at Waverly Hills. Amy, you first.
Yes.
When we first pulled up and you saw just how massive Waverly was. What was the thought that went through your head?
Okay, so first we made a wrong turn.
Well, yeah.
And
Stupid GPS.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I'm driving, and Mike goes, "Oh my God, there it is!" When you could just see the corner of the building. And so I'm like trying to stay on the road and look at the same time, and I'm going, we're just kind of cruising along, going, "Oh my God, it's amazing!" And then we turned around, like you could still see it, and we were like, "Okay, all right." So then, like impatiently waiting at the gate, we're like, "Can I just get out and walk?" Yeah, I mean, at the gate.
We'll leave the cars here.
Yeah.
I was like, it's just a bungee cord.
Yeah. We can
let's
get
just
through
go on
that.
through. But it's so impressive.
Just an FYI, it is a bungee cord, but they have security.
Yeah, there's
Yes, they
security
do.
cameras right there. So
Big time security
don't think you're going to go up there and undo a bungee cord and get inside Waverly.
Dirty.
Because they're watching every move
Yeah,
on
they
that
are.
property.
Yeah, they've got cameras all over the place.
Yeah.
Which is good. It
Yeah.
obviously needs to be done. It was just, I mean, I'm an architecture fan anyway. So the architecture alone is amazing. The work that they've done on it and are continuing to do on it is awesome. I was just speechless.
Yeah.
You're speechless when you drive up on it.
Okay.
Grinning from ear to ear.
Yeah. By the end of the night, even though you were exhausted, we all
I didn't
were.
want to leave. None of us did.
No.
What was your final thought on Waverly, though, as far as the haunted location?
How soon can we come back?
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Do we have to go home?
But the thing is, we didn't go home after the investigation.
Yeah,
we
true.
didn't.
We went back to the bunkhouse, but,
Yes.
which was very cool as well. But I mean, I wasn't ready to leave.
right.
I don't think
Right.
you would. I don't think you're ever going to be ready to leave Waverly, though.
No. I mean, to adequately cover that area and do a thorough investigation, you would need 2 nights at least with our team, with
Yeah.
everyone in our team.
Seriously,
Yeah.
I think we had last week on the podcast, we were asked, could we do this? And, could you?
Yeah, Steve Phillips had asked.
he had asked if you could investigate it in one night, and even with 12 people there,
We didn't cover it all.
No.
I still didn't make it to the 3rd floor.
Yeah. I didn't either.
I
We
was
walked
like,
down it.
How did you
and
not
then
make it
back.
to the 3rd floor?
I didn't. I went like
That's where we went first, and we walked down it, and then we were drug up to the 4th because we thought we heard Steve up there.
Yeah.
But it was you guys will see that in the
Yeah.
video. It wasn't Steve.
Or
But
was it?
or was it?
the ghost of Steve.
All right. So, Elsie, when we pulled up and you saw how big Waverly was, what went through your head?
Wow.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's it.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, that's an amazing
Good answer. Big money. Big
Yeah.
money. Good answer.
Yeah.
No whammy. No whammies.
Yeah, I mean, it's massive. I mean, you see it on TV and you think, yeah, that looks like a big building. You pull up to it and you go, wow, that's a fucking big building.
Yeah.
Well, I showed a lot of people. I pulled my truck in the front and took a picture of it, and I had to take a
Panoramic.
panoramic shot of it just to show people exactly how big one section was.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you had to go to another end, just take a picture of the other side.
Right.
Yeah.
It's massive.
It is
massive.
huge. It is huge.
Yeah.
So she
So,
said.
Thank you.
but by the end of the night, final thoughts on Waverly.
I want to go back.
Yeah.
If we could do a 2-night thing
Yeah.
to where we could take our time and really get in, would be awesome.
When you look and you're like, okay, 8-hour investigation. That's a lot. That's 8 hours. 8 hours. But you still feel rushed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're like, okay, well, yeah, because you want to spend all this time in the body chute. You want to spend all this time in the morgue, on the 4th floor, on the 5th floor. I mean,
And
there's
surprisingly, the 2nd floor.
yeah, the 2nd floor, man, chasing freaking.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 8 hours is not enough.
No.
It's not.
All right. Now, Steve and Andrea,
Yes.
it was your second time.
Yes.
It was your 7th time.
Yes. I'm still in love with the place every time. It could be my 100th time, and I'll still be in awe.
So you being the veteran out of the crew with your experiences at Waverly.
Waverly Hills.
At Waverly. Your thoughts when you pull up and see how big that building is.
Like, oh yeah, here we go again.
Yeah, it's still. I mean, dude, this was my 6th time, and pulling up there,
it's just like the first. I mean, it's
you get that giddy feeling because you're like,
you get that tingle down your spine.
Yeah, you're like, there it is.
Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah. I'm here for the next 12 hours.
I'm ready.
Yeah. And by the end of the night this time, how did you feel about it?
Anybody got any Percocets?
I kept saying my neck, my back, and Justin's like, "Nope, don't finish that."
At the end of the night, for me, it seemed quiet, like a couple of our previous investigations. And I was just in my head, I'm saying to myself, "Please, just let's get some good evidence, through the recorders and on video." And I believe we did.
It reminded me so much of Wheatlands for me because I've said it before, when I went to Wheatlands, my very, very first investigation, the entire night I was like, I don't think they like me. It's so quiet. Nothing's happening. It was just nothing. But then once we started reviewing,
everything was
happening, we got responses and everything. And I think that is exactly what happened.
But the difference between Waverly and Wheatlands
is about 178,000 square feet.
Yeah, pretty much.
And at Wheatlands, you didn't get that in anything instant gratification that night.
No.
Waverly,
we did.
You did.
Yeah,
Waverly, you did.
There were several occasions
that you gained instant gratification
and
Tuesday night.
Like, because I, talked to Jonna and Lauren, like that night,
right
when we got to the pump house, and Jonna was like, I felt, I don't think she's in here yet, but she said, I kind of feel a little disappointed because, all of this, all the hype and all these videos and everything, there's always so much going on. And I said, yeah, but as with our videos, we do put in some of the nothing's happening moments, but that's why you see these videos so full of activity, is because somebody has sat down and reviewed 8 to 12 hours worth of evidence and compiled it all. So yeah, you're getting
a 3-minute video,
or even an hour.
Well, you're not. No,
but I'm just saying you're getting all of this activity crammed into this short amount of time. But what Lauren said was, she's like, I had a blast. It was better than I expected because she didn't have the previous knowledge. She didn't do the research. She didn't do anything. She went in completely blind.
And she saw a full body.
Yeah, she saw a full body.
Jeff and Tim.
Yes. Yeah. And so it's funny to get, hear the different perspectives, from people who are avid paranormal enthusiasts and those who are just along for the ride.
And, and people have said countless times, I've heard, and it all depends on the person too. When you go into a haunted location, if a spirit don't like you, they're not going to interact with you.
That's exactly right.
If they want you to see them, they'll let you see them. If they don't, sorry.
And as with every place, it doesn't work like a light switch.
No,
you can't. I mean, you can kind of provoke to kind of try to get things startled, but it doesn't always work that way.
A lot of times at Waverly, provoking does not work. It'll shut.
Because they're freaking used to it.
Yeah. You can have some activity going on. You go in there and you start acting like Billy Bob Badass, and it's just going to shut down. Nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you have to save the provoking for the evil places.
Oh, yeah.
And Waverly's not an evil place, even though there's some things there.
It's dark.
That aren't cordial. Like we came in contact with some of that, and everyone will see that on the video. There's some things in there that we got that were not cordial.
I hate that I missed that one room. I hate it.
Which room was that?
When you guys had that experience on the second floor.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it still felt really icky when we went in there afterwards, but it wasn't anything like what you guys experienced, and I'm jelly.
Yeah. Well,
Just saying.
Speaking of that room, let's, the man that most of it happened to, sitting right here with us, Elsie.
Yes.
When you got up, when you went into that room, you felt a tightening in your chest. And by the time we got there, it had already happened. You were standing out in the hall.
Justin was hanging over the railing.
Oh my gosh.
Trying to throw up.
That affected me because
You look at Justin as
he's
the parent, our ETGS kid.
Yeah, I mean, and he starts, gagging, and I'm like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." I'm like, "No, really, are you?" He's like, "Here, take this," and he runs and hangs over the side, and I'm like, somebody, get him. Check up Mike and check your son."
Yeah. So, Elsie,
Yes.
because it happened to you first, before that stuff happened to Justin. So, just go through and tell us what happened. You guys going into the room and what was going on.
We were walking down the hallway. Me and Justin was behind me, and I got one of those feelings again, and I stopped and looked in that room, and Justin come up, and he's looking in there, and he's like, "It's dark in there," and I'm like, "Yeah." So we walk into the room, and at first it was like, okay, what what's drawing us? What's in here? And just all of a sudden, my chest, everybody knows what a scroll is and how they roll up.
Right.
Literally, it felt like my chest was rolling into the sternum, just rolling real tight. And I've been a firefighter almost 30 years. I know what the symptoms are with a heart attack and everything. It wasn't a pressure. It wasn't like somebody sitting on my chest. It was like somebody was rolling in to the center of my chest real tight. And I'm like, whew. I'm starting to breathe in real deep and get my breath. And because it was
Scary.
one of them, what the hell what's going on here?
Yeah.
Can't be a heart attack, but there's different symptoms and
Right.
stuff like that. But I told you, I said, I'll turn, and Justin's like, "You okay?" I just went out. And when I went out, I think Mike come in, or Mike asked me if I was all right, and I was like, "Yeah," and I'm standing over there, and I think he went in with Justin, and then I hear Mike say something to Justin, and then all of a sudden he goes to gagging, and I don't know where he went because I'm still over here trying to get my chest to stop hurting. I mean, it eased off after about 5 or 10 minutes, but it never stopped after that completely until we left.
Right.
Until we went down to the bunkhouse.
Man.
Wow. Yeah, because see, we were all on the outside, on the veranda part, and we see Justin come running out and hanging over the edge of the building, acting like he's about to throw up.
You actually went. I think you went to the inside.
Yeah, he was in the hallway.
Yeah, the inside hallway. And I was in there I had walked into that room after you started feeling that pain. And Justin was standing there, and that's when he went the other way. And I was like, what's going on here?
And I noticed too, and because I was sitting yesterday, and I was thinking about that. And I got to realizing Mike come and checked on me. You came and checked on me. And for some reason, how do you say it? I got one of those, just back away from me.
Yeah. Give me space.
Right. I'm like frustrated.
Right.
And at the same time, I realized standing up there too that why y'all checking on me, but at the same time I started thinking too, you know, what the hell's going on?
Right.
You know, I ain't never felt this shit before.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, give me a minute. Let me try and
Figure out what's
figure
going
out the
on.
hell's going on with myself. See what I can do to make it stop. You know, and then I'll let you know how everything's going.
there wasn't no making it stop. I mean,
Yeah. See,
I'm standing up there trying to stretch my chest and, you know, pull my sternum and everything else.
Like,
It's like,
take it out.
see, when I come, you know, I saw Justin. We saw Justin out there, and Justin told us where it was all going on. So me and Steve come through, and when we come through, I look over and I see you against the wall holding your chest, and I'm thinking, "Fuck, he's having a heart attack in here." You know, that was the first thing that went through my head. That's why I made that freaking beeline straight to you. And I was like, "Dude, are you okay?" And you were like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just, you know, pains in my chest." And I asked you, "Is it a heart attack?" And you said, "No, it's nothing like that. I just felt like something on my chest."
yeah.
And so,
with the pain also, I've had heartburn. But fuck.
yeah,
You talk about burning.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Did you happen to like maybe check to see if you
had
had
any
any red
marks?
marks after
No,
that?
that totally just
Wasn't on your.
that didn't even register because the pain there and the burning, and it wasn't just here. It was the burning was all through my, you know, like in my lungs.
Yeah.
At the same time with the pressure, the
In your lungs,
yeah.
like tuberculosis.
And actually, when I left,
That's what I've been sitting here thinking is.
Yeah.
is
now with
symptoms
that
of
being
TB.
said, when I come out of there and Justin hollered, "Are you all right?" I did start coughing and about got sick, and that's when I went to making myself breathe in deeply and everything else. But yeah, that I was on fire, in pain and on fire at the same time.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, I mean,
You know, all them fucking stairs at Waverly will give anybody a heart attack, though.
that's exactly right.
True.
That's exactly right. I don't know. I feel like we got a little broke in at biology, running up and down
Yeah,
stairs all
this
the
is
time.
true, yeah.
So, I mean, like I was getting up to the top floor, even my fat ass, and I wasn't even out of breath. I was like, look at this.
I can do this.
The stairs were not bad. The body chute?
Bullshit. Listen to you breathe once you get to the top of the stairs from the voice recorder.
Well, I'm out of shape though.
But yes, the body chute
The
was
body
worse
chute
for you.
is so much worse.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, the body
I
shoot's
reviewed the
horrible.
recorder you were carrying.
The angle of the body shoot is just.
Yeah, it's a 45.
Right here
Yeah.
in my pocket too,
Yeah.
so you could probably hear literally every breath I took.
Yeah. The body chute, I mean, it's not for,
the faint of heart.
I was going to say
The out of shape.
the weak in general. I mean, dude, you can walk down that body chute and get out of breath walking down because you're having to hold your balance as you're walking down that ramp.
Yeah, I
And-
noticed even if you're not walking down the ramp, if you're using the stairs, the stairs are at a slight angle
Yeah.
They
too.
are.
Even though, I mean, if I built the damn stairs, they'd have been level, but they're
Well,
absolutely not
I
level.
think they angled them to
Let rain and water
Yeah,
run off
so
because they
they're-
have vents all through the top of it.
so the water
And-
wouldn't sit on the
Yeah, because
on
you
the
figure,
stairs.
you know, it's Louisville. It gets freaking cold. They get a lot more snow than we do.
That's true.
And that you get rainwater on there and it's called freeze solid ice.
It's just not user friendly for those of us. who
No,
are
it's not.
I don't
No.
think it was actually user friendly for the people that
Back
actually
then.
used it.
Yeah.
Then
With the body chute being mentioned, I'm hoping.
I am proud of you. By the way, I am so proud of you. Not just your stint alone in the body chute, but man, I don't know how many times I thought you were behind me. Dude, you were taking off like all by your lonesome, just randomly through places. I'm like, where's oh okay, well he's gone. And I'm like, well, I guess he's comfortable because he's just hauling his butt on the other way.
It actually made us talk that night, that your first investigation at
South
Old
Pitt.
OSPA.
Yeah, that's the one I tell everybody I'm a dumbass West Virginia hillbilly. I just tell them, watch me. I wanted to know what was in that room, so I went around everybody. Yeah, I didn't like what was in that room.
Yeah. Well, at one point during the night, me, Steve, and Mike and Elsie, we take off walking. Andrea's in the safe room with Tyler and Kayla, and they're watching the DVR. And we're going down this hall, and me and Mike and Steve, there's this like
The nurse's station.
No. It was a like a crate that was built up out of the floor. Looked like a cellar door, but it was just a big crate in the floor.
Interesting.
And so we went in there to look at that, and Elsie didn't know that we had gone in there to look at that. He's still walking down the hall. All of a sudden we hear running in there. He goes, "Don't you assholes ever leave me out there." Good.
Yeah.
But yeah, from that to this guy that's running around Waverly by himself all night long.
Right.
Yeah. You totally stepped it up, man. Totally stepped it up.
You made me proud.
Thank you. I went with the mindset of I wanted to know what was there.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard the hype. I've seen the videos. No, I wasn't disappointed, you know, whatsoever. You know, I really, really wasn't disappointed. And yesterday at the house, when I got to looking at my phones,
Right.
and the pictures, and that's what I was getting ready to say. I hope when I sent them to Mike, he got them to download and send them to you,
He hasn't yet.
because we were all four in that body shoot when I took the 3 pictures. Boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom. Nobody was walking.
Nope.
Nobody was saying anything. Nobody threw no damn rocks. Nobody hit nothing down there.
Right.
Yeah.
I got my phone. It would blow your damn mind.
Put it up against the microphone and play that.
It was startling.
He called me last night to play me this over the phone. And you know how iPhone does the motion picture. So he's taking the picture and does the little, 3-second video clip or whatever.
Yeah.
You can hear a rock being thrown.
A sizable rock.
A sizable rock being thrown.
Wow.
So
I got quite a few, so let's see.
yeah, we'll let him
Oh, wait
check.
a minute. I got to turn down. Duh.
Big red truck.
No, that's the one with the white, whatever it was in the corner at the body shoot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it shows when I take the picture, nothing there, but then when it flashes, bam,
Yeah.
there it is.
I think Alora got one of those too. With something down at the bottom of the body chute.
Yeah, which I've got all of her stuff I need to.
Send over to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Waverly, did not disappoint. Tell you what, Amy, you grab the mic while Elsie's finding that. When you and Alora were on the 5th floor, Justin was filming you guys. Alora was getting crazy K2 hits. Do you remember that section at all?
I'm just wondering which time. There were a couple times we were on the 5th floor.
It was
probably the first time.
I think it was the first time you were up there. She was over in one of the solariums, and we actually got it. Remember the EVP that I played you? We got an EVP during that session. Justin has the camera pointing it on her, and he turns around and points the camera to Mike. And then when he comes back toward her, we got an EVP. I can't remember off the top of my head. I've heard so much in the last 2 days. But we got an EVP. But Alora was talking to these kids as a counselor.
Right.
Yeah.
And, the response with the K2 meter is mind-blowing.
Yeah, it was pretty fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, we've been doing this forever, and I don't know if I've ever seen that much K2 activity on one investigation. I mean, we've got a lot of K2 activity.
She's kind of a magnet. So
Yeah. I mean, it was like it was
definitely a
following her
magnet.
around all night long. No matter where she was, she had the K2 in hand, and she's getting hits. It blew me away.
Yeah, she's always been a magnet. I cleansed her again when we got to the house Wednesday.
Just to make sure.
she left something there.
Really?
So Wednesday night, we went to bed early. I mean, Chuck goes to bed early anyway. He gets up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock, something like that. And I was exhausted, so I went to bed. I took a Benadryl because I was having like a skin thing. And normally Benadryl knocks me on my ass. So I'm laying in bed, perfectly comfortable, and I could feel eyes boring into my back. To the point where I rolled over and put my back up against my husband and was like, just leave me the fuck alone.
Wow.
And I mean, I said it, he's over there snoring, and I was like, just leave me the fuck alone. I got to sleep. So I've had to cleanse my house again because last night I had the same thing. So,
Wow.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Right on.
Yeah.
I think
It was very much like when me and Mike and Alora and Justin were in the body shoot.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like there was someone walking right up against my back the whole time. And I don't know how you stayed in there by yourself, Elsie. It was oppressive to me. I don't know how you stayed in there alone because I'm not man enough to do it.
Well,
I couldn't do it.
To be honest with you, when we were down there, because we were the first ones to go in there, it was quiet.
Yeah.
It was quiet, other than what you're getting ready to hear from Elsie. I mean, and that was after we were there. But I was sitting on the steps. Steve's over to my right in front of me. Jonna was sitting on the ramp right to my right and back, and Andrea was up at the top doing a Facebook Live.
attempting.
Attempting to do a Facebook Live. And Elsie, he had walked down about 20 feet in front of us when he did this. So
I can't wait to hear it.
So there's no way it's any of us because we're nowhere near him.
And plus we were completely there. I mean, the entire time we were completely still.
Yeah.
And whenever I moved, because I was trying to get service, I was like, that's me. But I was careful in my steps because I knew I didn't want
the way it echoes.
The way it echoes, I was, very
And just real quick too, everybody did a fantastic job of
Yes, they did.
tagging shit,
Yep.
because that really helps in review.
Oh my gosh, loads.
Yes.
Loads.
hear the piece of metal?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
we
going
got
to ask
it.
you about that too. So, all right, Elsie.
Well, with that being said, after you all left the body shoot and I was still down there, and I heard you all finally just
Shut the door and
fade into the night, I did ask myself, what the fuck's wrong with me? I did. I asked myself, are you stupid? What the hell are you doing?
Why did I say I would stay here?
I mean, how long is it going to take you to get back when you hear somebody screaming like a little schoolgirl?
But we wouldn't have been able
probably
to
wouldn't
hear
have heard
you.
you.
We couldn't hear you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the radio wasn't working too well in that tunnel either.
No, it wasn't.
I'm telling you, your wife was worried sick.
Yeah, she asked me if there was something wrong with me when I got home.
Yeah, she thought we had fed you to the wolves, I think.
Yeah, it was funny because she said something about if you were okay, and I was like, yeah, he's fine. And Stephen goes, well, and I was like, what? Oh,
That's when I radioed you
Yeah.
and said, you wanted to let your
See,
wife.
she asked me, she said, why didn't you contact them back? I said, I didn't hear them trying to contact me.
Yeah.
She said, when you didn't contact back, I got all tore up. I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
I'm still trying to figure out what the hell's wrong with me.
At one point, I was like, when Andrea was talking to her, I was like, Elsie's fine. We're taking care of him. I mean, I was like, no one can get hurt here in Walmart. This is Walmart, right?
But here's one.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's
Sound like something busting or a rock throat or
Yeah,
something.
Yeah.
definitely.
And it coming from down.
yeah, from down at the
Body
bottom
chute.
of the body chute.
Okay. And then
Yeah. That's
that's
something
like a
being
door
thrown.
slammed or
A
something.
door slam or something being thrown.
but,
yeah.
nobody
down-
went.
But
well,
no, there was
and-
no door to be slammed.
Right,
You know,
and
when
down at the
everybody's
bottom,
standing there.
and down at the bottom, they've like wrapped the doors
In poly.
so they're not going to open.
Yeah.
Right.
And then on the exterior,
It's
they've-
way
Well, no, I'm talking about on the exterior of that door at the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
They've built all up around it and put it like a regular house door.
Yeah.
And then a gate.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and that gate does not move. I grabbed it and shook it. It does not move to make any kind of sound.
Now, this one is also one of the three. Okay?
Yeah.
Nobody's walking.
Wow.
Yeah, it's definite footsteps.
Oh, yeah.
That's definite
You know what it
footsteps.
sounds like? It sounds like somebody walking a body down.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like maybe some
Yeah,
boots.
here, let her say that again. So you,
It sounds like someone walking a body down the chute, because you would have had the basket, and if you didn't have somebody picking up at the bottom, you'd have to have somebody walking it down. Either way, you'd have to have somebody walking.
kind
Not me. I'd have rode with the body.
It would have been a faster way to get there.
Look, Ma, no hands.
but yeah, it kind of sounds like wheels on a gurney.
Yeah.
That rolling and clang, clang.
Right.
Yeah. That's totally what it sounds like.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
Holy shit.
Kind of like a shopping cart going over a bump in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Well, if you notice, too, because I about tripped over them a couple times walking down through there.
Oh, yeah.
There's like little speed ramp bumps
Right. Yeah.
on that slant right there.
Yep.
And then
One more time.
that's like metal.
That's metal.
Yeah.
That's
It's like
metal.
metal banging on something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
The cart hook.
Yeah. Yeah, like reaching the end of it. Bam.
Yeah.
They're
Wow.
just like,
Or hooking it up.
and
Yeah. Or hooking it up.
pushing the
Yeah.
body down. And it's at the end. Okay. All right.
Cling.
The body did not fall off. Yay!
Yeah.
I had 10 on it going.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's the way it was handled, but, it's good
you
for
know.
comic relief. But, okay, how about we take a quick break, and then we will get in here and we'll get talking more about some of our own personal experiences inside Waverly Hills. Hang on, guys. We'll be right back.
So many people spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars on that perfect infrared camera, hoping to catch that epic paranormal shot or simply to document their nighttime escapades, only to pair it up with an IR illuminator that gives off a hotspot in the center of the frame and performs subpar for their camera's capabilities. We did the same thing. Let me save you some time and money spent on multiple IR lights with one name, Deadlight. Created from the minds of Josh Bender and Justin Brown, who are also paranormal investigators, the Deadlight is the elite light to add to your camera arsenal. We have tested the Deadlight and illuminated areas up to 300 feet away. Did I mention these lights are built like a tank? Super durable and sturdy construction. Josh builds each Deadlight to meet your needs and is in constant contact during the building process. So forget the other lights out there and go straight to the best. You can check out the complete line of Deadlights on Facebook at Deadlight LLC. Justin and Josh are constantly exploring new features to add to the Deadlights. ETGS will never use another light in the field, simply because nothing else compares. Get your Deadlight today and you too can light up the night.
You're listening to Paratalk with East Tennessee Ghost Seekers, a new perspective in paranormal talk radio.
Looking for a way to get your paranormal fix in the spring? How about joining us at the 2021 Screamfest Paranormal Festival at the historic Cleve Mansion? Presented by the Scream Chamber Haunted Attraction, located at 1163 Highway 11 North in Athens, Tennessee, 37303. With nearly 200 years of death and murder inside its walls, the mansion contains an abundance of paranormal activity. The festival is scheduled for Saturday, March 27th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Vendors and special guests in the paranormal field will be on site for the festival. So come by and take a daytime history tour of the mansion.
hang out and bring your questions to the guests, and enjoy some food from the vendors. When darkness falls, get your scare on inside the mansion's haunted attraction. The haunted house will be open Friday and Saturday night, March 26th and 27th for all you thrill seekers. If you are interested in being a vendor or special guest at the Screamfest Paranormal Festival, please contact thescreamchamber@gmail.com. Join us in making this event one that will grow into something everyone will be talking about. This event will follow all COVID-19 guidelines, so rest easy knowing you can come out and enjoy some thrilling, safe, and scary fun.
You're listening to Paratalk. If you have a question or an experience to share, email us at etgsparatalk@gmail.com or call 865-264-0448. And now, back to Paratalk.
All right, guys, we're back. And I hope you guys really enjoyed those EVPs or disembodied sounds, whatever they were that Elsie played.
They were badass.
They were badass. They were
Now, I have a question.
badass.
Did you hear those with your ears?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Did not. That's what blew my mind is when. Well, actually, what got me is when me and you was talking, and you said something about Mike, trying to get his thing sent over.
Right.
I'm like, I didn't think about that, and that's when I went to checking them, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
son's a bitch.
Okay. See, that makes it even more interesting. It's like, the fact that you couldn't hear them with your ears, but
Yeah.
You catch that.
Oh, and it's super clear and
All,
loud.
all of us was down there with it. You all
yeah,
was down there
I
when
didn't hear
took
any.
them.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
quiet. That's.
Yeah.
I mean, when we first went down there, it was kind of like.
Yeah, because, I mean,
doo-doo-doo-doo.
if we would have heard that,
We all would have been like, "What?
what the shit?
Yeah. It would have been tagged.
Oh, it totally
yeah.
would have. Yeah. And we'd have gone look down there to find out
Right.
what the hell it was.
We would have rolled down the ramp."
Yeah. Yeah. Quickly. Because it's faster to roll than it is
Yeah.
to walk. All right.
Tuck and roll, Granny.
Yeah. So, Amy, the metal clank that it was you and Mike and Alora and Justin
Yes.
going down to the body chute. And you guys decided to brave it out and walk all the way down to the very bottom.
Yes. Thanks for once again pointing out that I'm out of shape.
But
Freaking idiot.
I got my fucking cardio in, let me tell you, for a week.
But you guys, you get probably, I will say, 8/10 of the way down there. And you get this sound happen. And it sounds like someone kick a piece of metal.
Well, I thought I heard.
You doing the math?
I am.
I'm pretty close, I'll leave.
You got some smoke coming up.
I thought I heard somebody behind me. I definitely felt somebody behind me. And I stopped and I turned around and was just kind of looking.
Right.
And as soon as I started back down, it sounded like somebody threw a piece of metal at me. And I whipped back around, flashlight in hand, looking, and there's nothing. And Justin goes, "Did you hear that? Was that you?" I was like,
Yeah.
"No, it wasn't me."
Yeah,
And then
I
he
listened
was
to
like-
that today.
He was further down, and I was like, "Let me catch up to this motherfucker." 'Cause
But see, on the recorder, it almost sounded like a bell
really?
dinging. Yes.
Yeah, on the recorder it did. On the video, it sounds like a piece of metal being kicked. So it's crazy. It's, the way the two different pieces.
tones,
Yeah, the tones, how the tones change in the two different pieces of equipment. But on the camera, it sounded just like you threw a spoon.
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like. I thought it was
That's
cool
crazy.
that both of you heard it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was great that both of you heard it and you didn't go running out of there. I knew
I mean,
you would.
I wasn't going to run
No.
anywhere, but
Well,
I mean,
especially
She's
back
out of
uphill.
shape.
I'm terribly out of shape, obviously.
I don't run anywhere.
Well, I mean, I told Mike the last walk that he and I did of the night. I said, just remember, I have short, stumpy little legs, so if
I
you take off
heard
walking,
that.
and he was like, "I'm not going to run. I want to, but I'm not going to run."
He was walking pretty fast.
He was, yeah. We were. Yeah, we were.
They were talking about, that was the worst that they felt in there all night. It was right at the end of the night when we were packing up and they had taken off.
Right.
And they both were saying, just something just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
It was, honestly.
Was that on the second floor?
It was on the second floor. We had intended to walk the whole thing over again just because, it's going to be a while before we can get to go back. And especially the fourth floor because, we're all drawn to the fourth floor. And we didn't make it off the second floor because it felt very oppressive. There was a haze that didn't make any sense. It looked like a smoky club.
Yeah.
It looked like a smoky club in there. And we're talking areas that are open to the outside. And it was 10 degrees warmer outside than it was in that hallway at that point in time. And it felt very oppressive, like someone menacing is like all around you.
Right.
Because it didn't just feel like it was behind you. It felt like it was beside you and in front of you at the same time. It was, yeah, that's a good picture, good representation.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Share that to our Facebook page.
It was, I don't get scared easy. And I wasn't even really scared in the death shoot. I was unnerved in the death shoot. Look at you guys sharing the brain.
Oh, God.
You guys handing it back and forth. Is that how that works?
Yes.
But
these just aren't headphones. We're plugged in.
Oh, okay. Okay. At that point, I was scared.
Yeah.
And I can't remember.
I could hear it in your voice.
I can't remember ever being scared like that.
Yeah. Well,
And I don't think Mike has either.
Yeah. I've not seen Mike like that because when you guys got back down to the...
I did when they took chalupa off the menu at Taco Bell.
Yeah. Yeah. But when you guys got back down to the safe room and Mike's like, you guys have got to come. You guys have got to come here now. Mm-hmm. And we're like, what the hell? We didn't even grab anything.
Yeah.
We just went. I wish we would have grabbed something.
I wish we had thought to.
But we were already packing up and everything. There was not a camera with a battery on it or a light or anything else.
Yeah.
And so we take off and we go down there. And like you were saying, the haze in that hall on the second floor.
As soon as you walk through those double doors,
it was hazy.
It all changed.
Boom.
Yeah.
And I walked out on the veranda to see if there was fog. There was no fog anywhere. It was clear as a freaking bell. But you walked.
Well, you could look from the hallway that we were in out to the veranda and see that it was totally clear out there.
Yeah.
But you're standing in this haze.
Yeah.
It was like a smoky club.
Was it purple?
No, it was not purple. Except when I turned on my purple light.
But that's not where the strangeness ended that night.
No, it's not.
So we had turned in all the radios.
Oh my God, that was trippy.
Except for the one Andrea
I
had.
was packing everything up.
I had a radio, it was you. Steve had the radio.
Yes.
And
I was messing with everybody actually because they went running off to go look, and I'm packing everything up. So I grabbed one of the walkies, and I didn't know what channel they were on because I think everybody had been messing with the knobs anyway. So I'm like going through each channel, and I was like, I'd go, get out,
go away.
Or go away or something. I was messing with them, and then finally I was like, ladies and gentlemen, the time is now 3:45.
Yeah.
The building will be closing at 4:00. Please come to the front of the building and pack everything up. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Well, what's crazy though about the walkies is through the night, you guys were talking to us and we could hear you and we responded.
And
you guys never heard us.
Yeah, we
never heard
the responses.
But
I didn't mess with the knobs at all, other than volume.
Right.
Yeah, I don't.
Except when you called me boss man. I heard that.
Okay.
that was Jonna.
No,
it was
her.
me.
Was it?
It was
Okay.
actually El Capitan.
Yeah.
El Capitan.
El Capitan.
But we got back into the
Base
safe
camp.
room, and we're packing everything up. We were counting all the equipment, and there was still one radio missing, and Jeff had it. So He comes over and hands me the radio, and as soon as he hands it to me, it goes, "Get out."
Yes.
And
we had nothing running to catch it.
Nothing running to catch it. That was the
it,
only radio that was turned on. And
everything, because while you guys were off, I was counting everything. I was packing everything up, and because I don't know how strict they are. 4 o'clock, better be on here. Which, by the way, we were out at 3:58.
Pretty good.
Because I was waiting on the guide, and I was like, "Hey, look, 3:58." She's like, "Yeah, you guys are really good." But yeah,
I mean, it was plain as freaking day.
And then after that, different songs kept popping up on it, and we were like, "What?" Like it almost sounded like a legit radio.
Yeah,
and then like a Samsung ringtone or some shit like that.
Some kind of ringtone come through it.
That was the strangest
the
thing.
ringtone and the music. Sure, I can write all that away as digital interference. You're on top of that hill. That's digital interference. But
you can't write off.
I cannot write off.
Out.
That
because
I cannot write off.
Nobody had a radio.
Yeah.
We were all standing right there.
That I cannot write off.
Yeah.
But
it was fucking amazing.
But the other stuff,
So
I can write
amazing.
that off as digital interference.
It was just odd, that it was like the Get Out. It's like, oh, okay, and then
they
you
were
got to
tired of our shit.
Then you got to.
Yeah, it just goes into the back pocket as a personal experience, which sucks.
Yeah.
But it was a great personal experience.
It was.
It was. It was a personal experience.
And I think the entire team was around, so everybody got to experience it.
Right.
You weren't.
He'd already packed his stuff.
I was loading everybody's stuff down on the trucks. Because you were left in there.
Yeah.
And then...
Elsie was making trips up and down the steps.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm out of shape worse than she is.
But, I mean...
Yeah, that was
night.
trippy.
So, you guys...
I have a couple that stand out.
Okay.
The one of them is on the 5th floor. I was taking pictures. I got a really good picture, by the way, a really good one, and so I kept.
You can share it. I mean, you did. You showed it on Facebook. Didn't
No.
You? No. Oh.
No, I didn't share that because I gave it to you.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So
It's
she
a
got
good
a really
picture.
good picture.
Thank
It'll
you.
be in the video.
He's all like, and I'm like, I'm trying to hurry and tell the story. I thought he was rushing me. So I got a really good picture, and so I kept doing the pictures, doing my repeat pictures, and I would take a couple of them and bring it down and look at it, just zoom in and everything. Well, I went up to take a picture, got a second one, brought the phone down and started looking, and I don't remember who was up there with me. I know you were. It was the four of us.
The four of us, me, you, Steve, and Elsie.
Okay.
Yeah, because when you took that picture,
I
I was in the doorway.
you were in the little corridor, and Steve and Steven were behind me. But it was after that I was taking that picture, and you had already walked out because you weren't in the other picture. But as soon as I looked down, there was a footstep in front of me, and it sounded like I had stepped on like some concrete or a rock or something, and it was just like that sound of
The pop, and we caught that sound.
And it was like,
saying.
did we?
Yeah.
Yes. But I was just kind of like, take a picture, go faster.
No, you jumped back as soon as you heard
I did, because
As
it
soon
was
as you
just
heard
like,
you jumped.
because there was nobody there. So
You go, oh shit, and you jump
Yeah.
back. And we're like, what? And you say, somebody just took a step right there.
right there. So yeah, that one. And then there was a time that me and Jeff and Tim were walking around, and we walked into this one room, and it didn't have any windows. It was an interior room.
And I would show you guys that footage, but it's all butts.
Oh,
You were holding the camera down here.
you give me a camera. You give a short person a camera, what's going to happen?
That's true.
Yeah.
She's right.
Yeah. It's
Butts or backs. Butts or backs.
Yeah.
Or both. So anyway, we were,
Or this angle.
yeah, because
I
you're
can
like,
deal with that angle. You can see the face.
But
it's not a flattering angle on anybody,
No.
though.
I don't
Nobody
care.
wants to
It's-
look up your nose.
It's
That's true.
still a face.
But nobody wants to look up your nose.
As long as you're not crying and snotting like Blair Witch, like you portrayed in that face.
I'm so scared. So we were in this one room. It didn't have any windows. It was kind of just a strange feel to it anyway. But like from our knees down, they kind of went numb.
Yeah, you said it
was
was
like
really
a-
cold.
Yeah, it was cold, and that whole like you tingly, like you sat on your legs feeling. I mean, all three of us, I think, felt that. I know me and Jeff did, but we would walk into the room, and just from our knees down, it just felt numb.
I see, and that same thing happened to them earlier in the night, and Justin was filming, and Justin walks into the room and he goes, Yep, I feel it. And he goes out. He's like,
Yeah.
screw that.
But that, I don't know. I'm trying to pinpoint all the.
All right, Steve.
Well, for me, like I said earlier, it was a pretty quiet night for me, as far as experiences. But there was one time where myself, Jeff, and Tim were in surgery on the 4th floor. And I've got my back up against the window, and I'm looking out through the door out of surgery. We're doing EVP, and I think Tim's got the spirit box going. It's pretty quiet. We got a few responses here and there. And then I heard, other people coming down the hall on the 4th floor. And right before, I don't know, they probably 50 feet or so from the operating room, I saw this white figure just kind of float past this doorway in the opposite room that we were in. I mean, it was pretty crazy. But that's about all I really.
I was coming down the hall and I saw somebody in the room next to it walking in that direction.
Right. Yeah, I remember you guys say that. Yeah.
See,
Yeah, so it's like it went from one room to the other, and
Right.
where you saw it.
there was another moment, and I'm thinking it was me, Alora, and Tim on the 2nd floor out on the veranda. And we heard a whistle. So I did the whistle, and we heard the whistle. And then we heard like a radio, like one of the walkies in the chapel area. So we're like going into the chapel and we're looking, and there's nobody there. And after that is when the other F-bomb was dropped because I heard something, walked out onto the veranda, and I'm like, what is that? And I'm like squinting because it's dark. And then I see like this little light next to the corner of the window. And I'm like fumbling to get my phone just to light up so I could turn it. Next thing I know, that Yahoo pops up out of the doorway. F-bomb is dropped, and I hit him. I hit him.
She's pointing at me.
So both
And
of you guys.
but what's funny is that he was like just standing in there.
Right.
We walked by the room that he was standing in, and he's like, I was just standing right here. And we're like,
Yeah,
we
you
looked.
all looked right at me.
We did not see a silhouette, nothing.
Yeah, because I don't remember seeing you in there.
Yeah, you all walked by. I think it was 4 of you. Each one of you, as you went by, turned your head, and I'm standing right there.
Yeah, see absolutely nothing. No silhouette, no nothing. And he's like, I was standing like right here. And we're like, no. I wouldn't have crapped my pants had, if I know you were there.
All right, so I have 2 special moments that night. First one's when we first got there.
Was it when she showed you the side-by-side toilets?
I think that was his favorite.
I think that was his
I
his
did
best
enjoy
moment.
that, but I'm talking about while we were up at the actual Waverly.
Oh, that
I
part.
know.
That part.
Yeah. But me and we got the camera set up, and we're going to go take a quick break before we get started. And me and Tim walk out onto the veranda on the 2nd floor. And we're standing there, and I was testing out to see how the red light worked with the Lumix. And we're looking, and we're like, wow, it's actually doing a pretty decent job, and all this. So I turned it off, and I set it down, and we're sitting there, and I'm vaping, and he's smoking, and I look through that second room as soon as you come out of the chapel, and across the hall.
I think I was with you because I remember
you would come out there too.
Yeah.
And across the hall, the room over there was some chain link fencing in that room leaned against the wall. Well, the chain link came out, and you saw the top corner of it silhouetted in the window. And we're just sitting there talking, and I'm looking at that, and while I'm looking at it, I see a head peek around the corner.
Yoo-hoo.
And I was like, what the shit?
He takes off.
I take off.
That's interesting because I didn't know that.
Really?
And, yeah, and later the night before we were leaving, Tim and I were out there smoking, and I saw the same exact thing.
No
What?
shit.
No shit.
The chain link fence room?
Yes.
Wow.
What?
Yes. Dude, we're standing there, and, me and him and Andrew standing there talking, and I see this, and, dude, I freaking jet across the hall. And, getting halfway through the hall to the door, I could feel goosebumps go. I mean, just electricity hit me as soon as I got about the halfway point. By the time I got in the room itself, I could feel the hair on my head standing up through all the product I had in my hair.
So I was going to say, how the hell did that happen?
But
it was like fighting.
Yeah. But that was the most insane thing ever. And then right after that, moments after that, Tim starts taking night shots with his phone.
Oh, God.
And those pictures that he got.
Amazing.
Yeah, they will they will be in the video. Did you see them, Amy?
No.
Oh.
Hold on a second. Let me show you guys.
Yeah, I do have to kind of roll back. Probably my first highlight of the night was Gorilla Bob's Grub Shack.
Yes.
And the hot brown. Holy
Seriously,
shit.
I don't know how many times we have to tell everybody, if you are in the Louisville, Kentucky area, go visit Gorilla Bob's Grub Shack. It's a little purple building.
Over on Terry Road, I think it is.
Dude, if you are a fan of Cubans.
Oh, yeah. Cuban was awesome.
Highly
we went back
recommend
the next day for lunch.
Yeah, it's so good that we actually went back the next
If you're not
day.
in the Louisville area,
Go.
Take a trip.
Take a
Go.
trip.
Check them out. It is so worth it.
Go look him on Facebook. He's got a page.
Gorilla Bob's Grub Shack.
Yeah, the first night I had the hot brown.
Which was amazing.
And he sold out of them today.
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. But the hot brown, it's like an open face roast beef sandwich.
Turkey.
I know it's like an open face roast beef sandwich, but it's turkey instead, and instead of gravy, it's a cheese gravy. And it's
like a Bordelaise sauce.
Yeah.
Mornay.
Mornay.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
But
Fancy.
it's like a cheese
Rebecca?
Hey,
It's a delicate cheese sauce.
gravy. Yes.
hey, Elsie, what was that you had the first night?
Big balls?
He had Bob's Monster Balls.
Monster.
Oh, Monster balls.
Monster balls.
Yeah, and when you see Bob, and him being 6'7", 6'8", you know why he has monster balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
They were delicious, huh?
Elsie
They
loved them.
were good.
They
good.
were huge, man.
Yeah.
They were huge.
Everything is just
That freaking sandwich that
massive.
Justin had.
Oh, my, it was as big as
The
his
Chivito.
face.
The Chivito. Oh
Yeah.
my
I can't
gosh.
believe you all went back after we left Waverly and drove home after eating that shit.
It was not easy.
It
Oh my
wasn't.
God.
We had to
I was fighting. My eyelids were freaking slapping my cheeks. I was coffee.
Yeah, we had to stop and get coffee.
When I talked to Mike, I was 120 something miles outside of Knoxville, and you all had just got done eating. I was like, y'all got to pull over and take a nap now.
Everybody in my car took a nap except me.
Even Mike?
Even Mike.
What?
Mike, we were talking, and the next thing I know, he got really quiet, and I look over because I just hear him breathing. I look over, and he's head back against the seat, mouth open. And he's just breathing. He's probably the quietest sleeper ever.
Wow.
Because he was just like...
He was too tired to snore.
I guess.
And with that being said, I told you all. I don't snore. I inhale sheetrock.
We experienced an earthquake, that night.
Yeah.
Because I know I've seen pictures. I guess I missed a lot of shit because I was done. My bedtime is 8, 9 o'clock. I come here on Fridays. That's late. When I get home.
Yeah.
But I mean,
you missed Spider-Man.
You missed Spider Steve.
Yeah, Spider-Man, the stealth bomber, whatever.
Yeah.
You and Mike were having a conversation.
And it was like 5 seconds later.
And like you rolled over as he was talking. And the next thing you know, you were snoring. And he was like,
really?
We were talking.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That's what he said. He was like, are you fucking kidding me? We were talking. And Elsie literally just rolled over and started snoring.
I thought it was hilarious when Steve climbed on the wall, the median wall between the rooms, and started talking. And Alora goes, "I can't see you down there." I was like,
I'm up on this wall, and I'm probably a good 5 feet above her and she's on the top bunk, and I'm going, "Hey, Laura." She's like, "What?" And she's looking down. I said, "Hey, Laura." She's like, "I can't see you."
She is blind as a bat. Just saying.
I was like, she's probably over there thinking that it's the monsters under her bed. She's calling for her.
I finally had to say, "Up here."
I was at that point. I was laying in the bed, blearily looking at your feet, thinking, "Why won't they just shut up?"
Mike kept coming over to our room like.
He goes, "You guys are having fun. We don't have movies."
I kept saying, "We've got more bunks." Seriously, though, if anybody plans a trip over out to Waverly, go ahead and spend that little extra money for the pump house.
Oh, definitely.
Number one,
it's beautiful.
It is. Number one, it is beautiful. They did a very good job. It does have bathrooms. It's got showers.
Dual shitters.
Yes. Very fancy dual.
With a curtain partition, so you can shit next to your friend.
Yeah.
Or leave the partition back and hold hands while you poop.
You can hold hands with the partition.
Yeah.
It's a curtain.
It's a couple's toilet.
But, also, it's a small price to pay to, go from ending your investigation at 4 a.m.
And
driving down to the pump house and just kind of decompressing and just stay there
till you don't have to be out till noon.
Yeah.
So
we were so tired. Like I wanted to take a shower because I was like, I just want to take one so I can say I took a shower at Waverly Hills. But I was so tired.
I thought it was funny because you looked at your bag.
Oh yeah.
And you looked back towards the showers and you looked at me and you said, "I'm just too tired."
I know. I was like, I really want to.
I was like, I feel that.
I really want
in my
to.
bones.
I just can't. I just can't.
Okay, now can I finish my story?
No.
Really? Can I finish my story?
No. See, he's so ill prepared.
I'm so ill prepared.
Because you can't find your comeback.
No, I can't find the.
He's just extra tired.
Yeah.
His eyes are all blurry.
Got that paranormal hangover.
I do have paranormal hangover.
I think we'll all be good by Monday.
Yeah. All right. So Tim got those pictures, which will be in the video. And activity didn't stop there. The second floor was hot all night long. That started it right there. And the second floor was a hot spot for everyone, except for, I guess, Jonna and her friend. But everybody else experienced stuff there. Well, her friend saw the full body apparition on the second floor. That was on the
second floor.
Yeah, she saw the full body apparition on the second floor. But my other favorite thing that night before going to Waverly, we watched everything we could find on Waverly Hills. Even though we've been there, we know the story, we know the history. It's watch this stuff to get pumped up.
Yeah.
They're pump videos. You know, you watch everything you can find on this location to get pumped up. Well, the day before we left, we watched the Kindred Spirits episode. Mm-hmm. You know, none of us are really Kindred Spirits fans, but that episode of Kindred Spirits was probably the best episode they've ever recorded.
Yeah, it was pretty fantastic.
And we learned things in that show that I'd never heard before, you know, about actual people, you know. One of them being a man named, was it Andrea? John Mitchell. And he passed away in Waverly in 1959. He went into Waverly sick, wife, 6 kids?
7.
12.
82. Anyway.
Bingo.
Yeah. A wife and 7 kids.
No wonder she left his ass. 82 kids?
Yeah. Well, she started cheating on him while he was
Actually,
in
they were estranged.
Because he was in the hospital.
I've looked at the history, and all of her children did not go to become wards of the state because a couple of them were actually already married.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway.
I know how to research.
She winds up getting killed.
Yes.
By her boyfriend, lover, whatever. He does not do jail time over it.
No, he got off completely scot-free, and basically it was, well, she was a married woman, she was asking for it, was pretty much what it came down to. And in the 50s, you know.
Yeah. So John he gets out, then goes back to Waverly, where he dies in 59. In the Kindred Spirits episode, Amy and Adam are making communication with this guy, and he does not want to talk. He was very clear. He did not want to talk. So what do? We decide we're going to go try to talk to John.
Of course.
And we get up there, we get a couple of EVPs. They're not really, one of them is a word we got to know. But the other one is an exhale, kind of like, I'm fed up with these questions, you know. You know, I don't want to be asked these questions, you know. And so we do our thing, and we get that, we leave the room. A couple hours later, we're up and down the 4th floor. And we leave the surgical suite, and we were going to go to the 5th floor. We were in the surgical suite. Steve was like, hey, let's go up and see if we can make contact with Timmy. So we're on our way. We're walking in the dark. You know, I'm carrying the camera. Don't really look at the camera. You're looking to see what shadows you can see, you know. And I look into this room and I see a shadow come out from behind the door frame, going out to the veranda. And I'm like, whoa, you know, and I come back and I'm like, there was just a shadow standing here. And I go walking through, and I go through the room and go out onto the veranda, and Steve and Elsie come through the 2 doors in front of me. You know, we're looking, and Andrea, she comes in, and I guess she shined her light up on the door, and she's like, you're freaking kidding me. And we're like, what? She goes, and I look down and I see the 2 piles of rubble in the floor where they'd taken a wall down, and I knew that was his room. I was like, this is his room, isn't it? And she's like, this is John's room.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy shit. He was standing right there, or something was standing right there when we walked by. It was amazing. Are you having fun over there?
I'm conversing with the 17-year-old, and it's weird.
A 17-year-old? Your son?
Yes.
Does he not know we're doing the podcast?
He does, but apparently he's looking at pictures over at Mom and Dad's, and apparently I have hot friends growing up.
Does he realize that his mother's hot friends are old enough to be his mother? He probably doesn't realize that. I mean,
he's looking at old pictures, and
so remind him that they are old enough to be his mother.
Or just tell him you'll talk to him
and they may not be as
30
hot.
minutes.
Yeah.
To be like, yeah, you should see him now.
Yeah. But I mean, those two areas, second floor and fourth floor, were my spots that night. Mm-hmm. Although the fifth floor, when we were up there and Andrea got her pictures, and me and Steve both experienced something there on the fifth floor when we were trying to recreate a picture. Like, I got chills, didn't want to stand in the spot. Steve felt like he was getting stabbed in the kidneys.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And all that, you'll see all of that in the video.
When we were when we first went down into the body shoot, and then we walked out, left Elsie in, and then I know it was Jonna and, was it you? Who was it? Jonna and whoever else was with us.
It was
I was
me.
with you
It
guys.
was
Steve?
just me, you, Steve, and John.
Okay, you and Jonna went in to check on Elsie.
And we heard that
And me and
crash.
Steven were just walking around in that little hallway right outside of it. And Steven went into one of the rooms, and I stayed out in the hallway. And I was doing the Facebook Live.
Yeah, I went in the room, I was filming some stuff, and then just turned my camera off,
Yeah, he had turned the camera off, and I was doing the Facebook Live. And I had flashed my flashlight to the very end of the hall, just straight down the hallway. And then we hear this really big thump, like a real big, like
Oh, it was a crashing.
crashing sound.
Like something running into a door. Just clow.
Wow.
And he was like, ah, and turned the camera back on and runs out. And I was like, did you hear that? He's like, yeah.
Oh, my camera was off.
My camera
Freaking
was
camera's
off. But luckily I had the Facebook Live going, and you can actually hear it. Cause I went
Yeah,
back
if you go watch the Facebook Live videos, they're still there. I don't remember which video it is. I know it's a video where it's actually in landscape form.
Yeah.
So if you don't look at the one that's portrait form, look at the one that's landscape form, and watch that video, and you will actually.
It's probably the longest one.
Yeah, you will actually hear that crashing sound.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
it was amazing.
It's obvious, and we were just kind of like, what in the world was that? Because it came from the end of the hall. Oh.
Yeah. The whole play. I mean, Waverly doesn't disappoint.
When are we going back?
We'll plan for next year.
We're going to plan for next year.
Yes.
Yeah, because, I mean, yeah.
I'll start saving for it now.
By this, what was it, the 6th of January?
Yeah.
Everything was sold out for the entire year.
Yeah, Waverly, the overnights don't last.
Yeah, because they only do them Sunday through Thursday now. They do the tours.
The 2 and 6 hour tours or something.
Yeah, the 2 and 6 hour tours on Fridays and Saturdays. And so.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
It is.
So the overnights are through the week.
And that's why we went on a Tuesday. Because kind of had to.
I'll just start saving for it now.
Yeah.
I have friends that want to go. And you can do up to, 22 people?
I mean, that's what the pump house is.
Yeah.
But
the thing is, I liked our group. I really liked our group. I mean, we didn't have too many people.
I don't have friends you wouldn't like.
That's true.
Come on now. How long have you known me?
A damn long time.
No,
Amy.
a really fucking long time.
Like, you and I have known each other longer than
we know each other
than anyone in this room.
Yeah, it's scary.
I mean,
really
I've
scary.
known you since
I was skinny.
Yeah, 94 when we met, probably.
Yeah.
Since 94, I've known Amy.
Maybe 93.
It may have been 93.
It might have been 93.
We just
Yeah.
go back to 01.
Yeah. Known each other a long damn time.
Yep.
Long damn time. We've smoked a lot of weed together.
Bobby wants
Yes,
to
we
know
did.
how long will it take to get the video.
Well, Bobby, to answer that question, we have to go back and think, what is physics?
Okay, Sheldon, not now.
No, Steve and I finished up review on the digital recorders and all the video today. I'm still waiting for Andrea to finish her little audio section that she has to go through, and wait for Mike to give me his audio.
And it would be really nice if we could figure out how to get Elsie's clips.
Yeah. I got to find out a way to do that because those have to go in the video somehow.
Yeah.
I sent them to Mike.
Yeah.
His iPhone. So he's working on it.
If I have to sit there and let you push the button and me record it on the camera, that's what's going to happen.
Right.
I mean, for real.
Seriously.
That's what's going to happen if that's what I have to do.
Or catch it on a digi.
Yeah. Well, I really want that video. God, I want that video. Yeah. But
I'm so
I'm-
ready to
I'm
go
thinking-
back already.
Yeah.
I feel like absolute trash, even today. But
Same, but I'd go back right now if I
But
could.
yeah,
Oh, God,
if
yeah.
I had the opportunity to go back tomorrow, I'd be like, let's go.
yeah. But Bobby, to answer your question, you're looking at probably 2 weeks.
Because there's editing. And,
That's what it is editing.
Editing and, getting everything pretty.
Yeah. So, yeah, probably 2 weeks.
Spelling my last name correctly.
Maybe.
Sharpe.
Sharpie.
Sharpie.
Mike misspelled it on our preview clip.
Did he really?
It's okay that I found another.
It's okay, though.
I found another typo in there, so it's okay. But the fact that he actually was standing there and just threw that together.
The fact that he was coherent enough to do that was
Right?
amazing.
The fact that he was eating a hot brown and doing that at
Exactly.
the same time.
Yes.
Exactly.
I mean, that's some skills right there.
Yeah.
I finished mine for lunch today.
Oh, dude. Well,
I
the second
finished
day-
my sandwich that night
Yeah,
because
me
I was
too.
like, I can't eat this tomorrow, so I guess I'm gonna have to eat it now.
So,
I literally, Chuck was like, "What do you want to do for dinner?" And I said, "Salad." I need salad.
well, see, we didn't eat until, which it was probably almost 11 o'clock before I ate that night.
It was like 8 or 9.
And,
I was already snoring.
no, see, I was going through editing photos.
He
that
was
night.
like on it.
Yeah. But,
like- Don't even barely get the bag down.
and I'm
Yeah,
grabbing,
he's putting the bag down. Laptop's getting picked up.
Yeah.
and grabbing cameras. But, yeah, so that day when we went back the second day, the first night I got the hot brown, which was amazing. The second day when we went back, I got the Philly cheesesteak. Oh my God. Like I go over there because the wind's blowing hellaciously. And so there's this little scary building there next to Bob's that was apparently like
Everything.
a cash advance and then a daycare or something.
Looks like a crack whore's old mom.
Yeah, it does. So I go over and I sit on the sidewalk in front of this building where the wind's not blowing as hard so I can eat. And I'm sitting there and I open it up and Amy's sitting in her car and I just look up at her and I go, I like tilt it toward her. I'm like, oh my God. And I mean, it was the biggest Philly cheesesteak I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I can eat some Philly cheesesteak. I could only eat half of it.
I was impressed with Steve on the second day.
Hell yeah. He finished his.
Finished the Cuban.
Yeah. And the fries.
I mean,
Well,
You ate all
yeah.
the fries too? Usually you always throw away some fries.
Well, there was a few, but
but I mean, as much as there was, he finished it off, and I was just like,
I want to know where the hell he puts it.
I wasn't going to let that Cuban go.
no,
Got a hollow leg?
His boot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it goes in his boot.
it's in the boot.
So that's what we're calling it now?
Yeah,
Your boot.
the boot. Man, I
But-
want another Cuban.
But yeah, I mean, this place.
It's probably a good thing that he's not down here, because I would be in trouble.
I'd be 400 pounds by the end of next month.
Yeah. Yeah. So Bobby says, did much happen in the body shoot?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Not to us per se, not to me and Steve and Andrea, but with Amy
Two
and
others.
LZ. Yes, and we went through all that.
Did you catch the? Did it catch the banging?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we caught the banging because I caught it, and then when Steve got to that section, he's like, "Listen to this," and
Yes.
yeah, so
Because we were all just like, "Oh my God!" Something just knocked on the concrete.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
but
I'm ready to go back. Let's go back now.
Let's go now.
Let's
Let's
go
go.
All
now.
right, let's go.
all
Bye.
right, guys, thanks for
just-
listening to Paratalk. We're
We'll
going
just go
Waverly.
now, and we'll camp outside the gate, and they'll have to let us in.
Eventually,
They'll feel sorry for us.
They'll be like, "Can we shower, please?"
I'll be like, just I'll help sweep floors or something. Just
Yeah.
let me back in there.
Yeah, we'll get a special ride in the back of a car.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
We'll
They
gladly
can't-
throw you under the bus for that.
They can't fit us all in one
I'd
car.
take one for the team.
Or dude, we can just go up and say, "Hey, don't you guys need more volunteers?"
I would volunteer.
I could
there.
do a weekend in the pokey standing on my head. That ain't shit.
No, I'm talking about volunteers at Waverly to run tours and stuff.
I'd volunteer.
No, I ain't running no tours. I'm going to investigate it.
I would totally volunteer.
Well, if you
for
get an
that.
investigation for running some tours, I would totally do that.
Yeah, I would totally do that.
Yeah, I would totally do that.
I
I'd sit
mean-
there in that little room and watch Facebook or YouTube or whatever. And
Shit, no, I'd get up and walk around while they're doing their thing.
Well,
Give
see,
them a walkie-talkie. If they need me, they can holler.
well, see, I don't know if I would because the girl that was there when we were there, she stayed out of our way.
Yeah.
And I appreciate
She was
that.
fantastic. I really appreciated her.
Mel was amazing. She
Yeah.
was absolutely amazing.
She stayed out of our way. I actually saw her inside Waverly, like out of her cage.
I saw her one time.
One time. That's all I saw her was one time when we were going out that time, and she darted up the stairwell.
She went up to the
Fifth
fifth
floor.
floor, and I think she fell.
Yeah, that's what she said. She said she fell, dropped her flashlight, and yeah.
Yeah, she was like, "Did you all hear anything?" We're like, "No." She's like, "Well, I ended up falling down the stairs and dropped my flashlight."
Yeah.
and-
Well, I remember she said that she went up to the 5th floor, and when she started back down, her batteries just
Oh yeah, it was.
And-
That's what
and
it was.
she
Her
had-
battery died.
She had just put new batteries in her flashlight, and that's why she fell, because her light went out
Yeah.
as she was taking that step.
Yeah. But I mean, she was out of our way. She didn't bother us at all, and I so appreciate her for
Yeah.
that. Because like when you hear, you're going to have a person with you tonight, you're thinking, shit, we're going to have somebody walking around with us all night long. We've been here many times.
Catch me if you can, bitches.
But she, like when she took us to the pump house and showed us the pump house, I was like, I said, it's Steve's 7th time, my 6th, it's my wife's 2nd. She goes, so I guess you guys don't need a guided tour? And I was like,
Nope.
No. She goes, okay, I'll let y'all do your thing then. And she goes, what about the newbies? Do they need a tour? I was like, nope, we'll
We
take
got
care
'em.
of it. And she's like, okay, y'all do your thing. And she was cool all night long.
Yeah.
So if anybody, from Waverly hears this,
Mad props to Mel.
Mad
She's
props to Mel.
fantastic. Keep her on.
yeah, and I saw on your Facebook page you have 2 males, and this is the male with the buzz cut. She was amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Give that woman a raise,
For real.
yeah. But,
or at least some snacks.
yeah, give her some snacks. Give her a free T-shirt.
There you go.
But,
Which, by the way, they do have some amazing
oh, yeah, I'm wearing one.
gear.
Yeah, and Steve don't have his hoodie on.
Me and Steve got the same hoodie.
We did.
Yeah.
Twinsies.
We're twinsies.
Yeah, I wanted the shirt like that hoodie, but they were out of every size but medium.
I love that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
that
I-
was kind of a surprise. We were like, I pulled it out and I was like, "Ooh, I like the back," and then I was like, "Oh, that front is awesome."
Well, see, I thought the back was the front when I picked the shirt
That's
out.
what I did too.
And so, yeah, it was a surprise when I saw that this was on the front. It's like, hell yeah, that's badass.
Mm-hmm.
But
They even had like coffee mugs and
Shot
masks and
glasses.
shot glasses and magnets.
you got a shot glass, didn't you?
Yeah,
Nice.
Alora and I both collect them, so
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
I
And they
need
had,
to add a new shot glass container. I'm running out of space.
and they had pendulums. Mm-hmm. Speaking of which,
Pins. They had pins too.
speaking of pendulums,
Immense.
They did.
they did. Yeah.
Mentos precious.
The pendulum room. I'm just going to say right now, there's a blooper reel coming because the fun that we had when I watched that today, I laughed out loud watching us.
He LOL'd.
I LOL'd.
Did he?
Yes. Well, he wouldn't know. He fell asleep, I think. But I was laughing out loud watching this video. And it's the last video of the night. You could tell, like when I'm watching this, I'm thinking
Everybody's like,
I was thinking every one of us are sleep deprived right now. Yes. Every single one of us are sleep deprived right now.
is it when I
The
had
pendulum room.
the glow stick?
Yes,
hanging?
the
Okay.
pendulum room.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I kind of felt like this was my face the whole time we were in there.
no, it totally wasn't. It totally wasn't.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we were laughing almost the entire time we were in that room.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
No.
We were laughing almost the entire time. I mean, there was probably maybe 4 minutes out of that entire time we were in that room.
How fucking long were we in there?
About 10 minutes.
Are you
We were in there
serious?
about 10 minutes.
It did not feel like that.
Yeah.
It
But-
felt like we were in there for maybe 5
Maybe
minutes.
5, yeah.
No, we were in there for about 10 minutes.
Wow.
And
another
we
one of
were
those time warp
laughing.
things.
Yeah, we were laughing so hard. It was freaking hilarious. Steve cracked me up so much in that video. And Mike.
I'm going to have to watch that because I don't remember it.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I'm like,
Me either.
I mean, I remember being in
it
there.
was-
I remember messing with the
pendulum.
pendulum.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Well, it was you messing with the pendulum and another spot in there. I can't say it because I'm going to make a blooper reel and I'll throw in that.
what the hell was I humping?
Mike.
But,
That did happen at one point during the evening, though.
I think it did.
yeah, it did.
Did we get that on
No,
video?
we didn't.
Damn it.
I think that was LG's leg.
Yeah.
I knew one was swollen.
But I will throw in Andrea's F-bombs.
Oh my gosh. No.
Yes.
It means you don't want to watch yourself say, fuck you.
But
Oh, fuck!
but there's a couple things that are going to be thrown in on the blooper
Zach
reel.
Teabaggins?
Zach T. Baggins will make the blooper reel for sure.
Awesome. That was great.
Yeah, because he made an appearance a couple times.
He did.
He made an appearance a couple times. I'm gonna go ahead and release one tomorrow, I believe.
Are you?
Yeah, yeah. So
Ooh,
you guys,
a teaser.
well, it's just a Zach T. Baggins.
Yeah, a teaser.
So you guys be watching the Facebook page for. I'll put it on both of them. I'll put it on the East Tennessee Ghost Seekers Facebook page and the Paratalk page, because we got a special video where we had an appearance by Zach T. Baggins, and you guys will get a kick out of it.
It is so good.
Yeah, I think you'll like it.
Waverly Hills did.
Waverly Hills did. Let me tell you what I did, okay? So, Andrea, when we were planning this trip, she made a Facebook message group called the Waverly Crew for all of us that were going. That way we could talk about the trip amongst ourselves, you know, not have to go out to 15 different people and try to talk. You just do it all right there in that little message board. Well, last night I had emailed or messaged Waverly Hills. You said you wanted confirmation on the door chime. Mm-hmm. If you open up one door, if it makes all own chime, it does.
Okay.
So I reached out to them about that, and they confirmed. Well, tonight when I go to send that video to our group,
Sent it to the wrong group.
I sent it to Waverly Hills Sanatorium instead. And I'm like, and I didn't even realize I did it until I got the remote message straight back from them, because, you know, you send them a message and it's just like our page, you know, it's got an automated response. Well, I sent it and then that popped up and I was like, what? And I looked and I was like, oh shit. And so I go and I'm trying to delete this video. And I deleted it. I'm like, yeah. And then it comes up and it says, it's deleted from you seeing it, not the person you sent it to. And I'm like, fuck.
Which is so stupid. No,
Yeah.
if you're going to delete it, you're
Why
going to
would
want to
you
delete
del-
it from them, not
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck. Oh my God. And so I just type in, sorry, had to do something funny, LOL. And about an hour or so later, they had seen it and they responded, LOL, that's freaking hilarious. I was like, yeah, I got a sick sense of humor, you know. I was like, oh shit. Well, at least they liked it, you know.
Yeah.
But
Well, I have a very interesting story about the night after. So we went to bed.
we weren't going to talk about that on here.
No.
Oh, sorry.
No, so
Are we talking about how I hurt
else?
my back? What?
You were there too.
So we get back on Wednesday. We're crazy tired, and we are stupid and don't go to sleep early, even though I have to go to work the next day. So I'm late. I'm sitting on the couch, and while he's looking through, pictures and stuff like that, I'm scrolling through, and I remembered a conversation that we had. Have you ever heard of the don't drink in Amazon Prime?
Yes. Yes.
Well, I had a similar moment to that night. I'm literally half asleep, and apparently, I remember this conversation that we had about blue jeans.
Oh, Lord.
I go onto American Eagle looking for blue jeans. I sign up for their credit card and I buy myself a pair of jeans. And
They really do have the
and
best
I didn't
jeans, though.
remember, like, the next morning I get like this confirmation. I was like,
What the hell?
oh God, that I really did that. I was like, I don't remember doing it that night.
Nice.
Wow.
I'm going to accidentally buy a drone.
No.
Oops. I don't know how that happened.
Hey, in my defense, and I will say that apparently I did a really good job because I got 20% off. They were already on sale. I spent $29 on a pair of jeans.
And they're like the best jeans you'll ever wear.
You're wanting to spend $500.
Well, actually,
Okay. He's wanting to spend hundreds of dollars. I spent
actually,
less than 30 on my weird sleep deprived purchase.
it's
gonna
like
love 'em when they go
$1,299.
Yeah, no.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
No.
See,
No.
I would love to. No, I don't
mean-
want the FPV. I don't. 'Cause
No, I was thinking.
So
the Mavic
you need
Pro.
to get your
Oh,
ass
God.
out. Need to get your ass out
It's
in some
17.
Daisy Dukes and do
Yeah.
some car washing.
There you go.
Yeah. But
Work together. Work together. You guys
if they
go out
pay me
there.
to put pants on, I'll do it.
Now I'm glad I live in Severe.
You need your truck washed.
So we were going to come to the fire station and have it.
Yeah.
Chuck and Larry?
I love that movie.
I was thinking of what is it?
Grown Ups?
Grown Ups. The male cheerleaders.
Balls on the windshield. Soapy balls on the windshield.
Oh my gosh.
But we're running down on time, guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's pretty much Waverly.
It was
parts we wanna
amazing.
share.
It was
Yeah.
amazing. We'll definitely be going back again.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I can't share. We didn't share a lot of things. We tried to keep this as
Low key.
low key as possible.
And
That's
doing
why-
a podcast about, our recent investigation and not being able to tell everything that happened
Yeah.
is
It's
not
difficult.
easy.
It's very difficult. And there was probably a lot of uhs and ums, and I apologize for that. But the thing is, we're trying to give you guys info and trying to keep it out of your
the
face.
down low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we want you to watch the movie.
Yes.
It's
And
going to
guys,
be amazing.
It's going to be a good one. Like I said, I've finished all the video review. It's amazing. the EVPs that Steve caught doing his review are amazing. Oh, hold on a second. We got this guy calling in.
What?
Hold on real quick. Hi, thanks for calling Paratalk.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
Hi, buddy.
Am I too late for this show? Does it start like now?
No, it ends in like 4 minutes.
Damn it! All right. Hey, sorry I couldn't join you guys. I was at work all night, but
Well,
I jumped in the car
So
and
were
said,
we.
I've got to, before I head home, I got to call you guys.
well, we appreciate you calling in. We totally do.
How did you like Waverly Hills?
It was one of the most amazing experiences I have ever had, period. Probably one of the most terrifying things I've ever done. And that was just a little walkthrough again at the end of the night. I don't know what it was, but it switched so much and got so dark. And you know me, I mean, there's not a lot of things that scare me. I'll jump right in the middle of something. And, you know, I truly was, Amy and I went for a little walk back through there, and we were going to go up to the 4th floor and just do a quick little walk through again before we left. And we couldn't make it off the 2nd floor because it was just so jarring and so oppressive and just really, really dark.
Terrifying.
And I kept seeing this doppelganger thing kept trying to follow me. And when Amy and I were walking through there at the end, it literally felt as if anything was about to jump out, either behind us, in front of us, next to us. I mean, you guys talked before about the 4th floor and feeling like you're watched the entire time. It literally felt like something was stalking us and getting ready to just jump on us and tear us apart. It was all I could do not to just take off running and leave Amy behind.
I really appreciate that you didn't do that.
You're welcome. I'm glad I didn't as well.
She went through this whole spiel and told us how you stayed with her, and she was terrified that was the first time she's ever been really afraid, was during that session.
Yeah, I mean, there have been times that I've gotten a start or I was a little scared. This literally, from the first step to the time we got back and hit the fucking door, it was just flat out blood-curdling, terrifying. I have never in my life been that afraid ever. And I mean, the deeper we went down that hall, the worse it got. And we got to the room where there was a room there that was affecting everybody. It made Justin start gagging and throwing up. Elsie couldn't breathe and was having difficulty breathing, felt like his chest was on fire. He was actually starting to show symptoms of final stage of TB. If you read about what the TB patients went through in their final stage, he was showing those symptoms. It was very strange. We got to that room, and it was even darker and more oppressive than it was throughout the rest of the night. And it was one of the most terrifying things I'd ever experienced, but at the same time, I'm glad I experienced, because it literally showed me the true power of Waverly. It went from this really cool, interesting place to a place that said, all right, now this is how quick I can change. And if I'm going to get you, I'm going to get you. And I honestly think if something would have happened there, we both Amy and I could have been trapped in Waverly forever.
Well, with that being said, are you ready to go back next year?
Fuck yeah, I'm ready to go back tonight. Are you kidding me?
Let's go now.
Well, all right. I'm glad you called in here at the end. We were just getting ready to end it. So you can be here for...
Absolutely, yeah. I'm glad I was able to catch you guys before you got off.
Yeah, so you can be here to say goodbye to everybody.
Sounds good.
All right.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, because I said that I was going to mention it last time, my cat's name is Waverly.
Yes. Yeah, we've mentioned that before.
I know, but I said last week that we were going to talk about Waverly, and I said, and I'll talk about the cat.
Okay.
So my cat's name is Waverly.
You did it. All right. All right, guys. Until next week, when we talk about more spooky, creepy shit for Paratalk, I'm Steven.
I'm Steve.
I'm Andrea.
I'm Amy.
I'm Elsie.
And I'm Mike.
All right, guys. You guys have been awesome. Thank you for listening to Paratalk. And as always, stay spooky, my friends.
The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you!
That's all, folks.
You've been listening to Paratalk with the East Tennessee Ghost Seekers. If you have a question or comment about the show you just heard, or you have an experience to share, or you need to contact us concerning an investigation, feel free to email us at etgsparatalk@gmail.com or call 865-264-0448. That's 865-264-0448. We invite you to find and like the East Tennessee Ghost Seekers on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and visit us online at easttnghostseekers.org. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time on Paratalk.